Well, hello and welcome. Welcome to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we come to you. I am Joy Ruffin. My work is as a leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. It's all connected. Now, am I saying good morning, good afternoon, good day, good morning, good night, maybe to a few of you, wherever you are, welcome. Every Wednesday night, I bring you a leading lady who wants to share her journey with you. And hopefully, the key for you is to connect with her. The bottom line is that we're all here on a journey. And I am in my wheelhouse tonight. I think I am every Wednesday night because this lady, Karen Renee Halsell, is full of fascinating information that's going to benefit you on your journey. And so what I want you to do is just sit back and relax. Whatever that means to you, a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, maybe a cocktail, glass of water, doesn't matter. But just get comfortable because we are going to be sharing with you a lot of information that's going to be potent and powerful for you. So just sit back and relax and help me welcome my featured guest speaker tonight, Karen Renee Halsell. Come on up, as they say. Karen Renee, how are you?
I'm wonderful, and I'm just thrilled to be here with you.
You're no more thrilled than I am because, as I said, I am repetitive. I'm in my wheelhouse because, well, I should say this. I don't know how you're going to take it, but I take it with all heart and soul. I'm part of the woo-woo tribe, meaning all the things that are spiritual and out of the realm of the norm, I go there. And I love your title. You said that you're an intuitive business mentor, not so much a coach or a consultant or a specialist. So tell us before we get going, how did you come to that title? Because what you do is fantastic.
Well, I came to that title because I am a master intuitive, partly through training, but I was born this way. And I can see and know what is underneath issues that people are grappling with. And coaching has a specific guideline and style to it. And I am out of the box. So I mentor people, female entrepreneurs and business owners exactly where they are and uncover the subconscious wounding, trauma, and conditioning that is holding them back.
Karen Renee, that was beautiful. And you started off with a lot of my favorite verbiage. So let me share this with you because I love sharing. I'm all about collaboration and getting to know, really getting to know at heart and soul. I always use the expression I can see. And at this happy senior time in my life, I embrace it. I didn't as a younger person. And then you use the terminology born this way. And I thought automatically of Lady Gaga and I was born this way. Remember that song? Do you know?
Yes,
And then you're out of the box, out of the box. And that's what we all have to be if we're entrepreneurial and if we're in leadership. We have to step away from the norm to find out what's best for us. So I love that explanation. Now, tell us, based on your being an intuitive business mentor, what is holding most people back that maybe they can't even think about? I know it's broad based, but what are some of the things that you have found?
well, I'm going to give you an example because I
Please.
think that this speaks really directly to it. I was working with a client just a couple days ago who says that she is having problems with marketing herself and getting herself out there, and that she thinks she's lazy or that she doesn't know enough about marketing. Within 10 minutes, got to the core of it through looking at it intuitively. And her fear is that she will not be accepted because she's different, she's woo woo, she's goofy, and
Yeah.
that if she goes traditional marketing, she's going to lose a big piece of herself. She burst into tears. I knew we were at the core of it. And then we created a plan of how she can be herself within still being visible. So often, people will say the issue is I'm not good with technology or I'm afraid of video. And it all goes back to some level of a core trauma or wounding. And I recently had someone say, "Are you actually telling me that my childhood can impact the growth of my business?" And yes, it does. And when we can get quickly to the core of those issues, then the flow begins. Magic and miracles happen in business and success because of it.
Oh, Karen Renee, that was a wonderful example. May I share with you why? Because that was
Yeah.
me. That was me. And I said was because I used to use the excuse all the time. I don't know how to market myself. I'm not good at marketing myself. I'm not good at technology. And then all of a sudden, however the awakening came to me, because I am different and what I'm about is a movement for women, and most women don't want to hear maybe what I have to say. And I decided I'm just going out for the gold. And that's what I'm segueing to do right here and now. So I love that because I think as far as women, more so than men too, that this is more prevalent in our DNA than it would be for them. So that was a great example. Let's talk about energy. The energy you bring to a task is more important than the task itself. I love that for a lot of different reasons. So let's talk about, because everything, as I see it, correct me if I'm wrong, is about energy. Energy,
Yes.
time, change, pretty much kind of all in the same envelope, if you ask me. So, what is it about energy that most of us need to get more in alignment with so that we can get to where we need to be?
Great. I'd love to speak on that. Often, entrepreneurs, business owners get very, very task oriented,
Yes.
and they have their list and power through. Now, if you are going to infuse what you are creating with positive energy, high frequency energy, because everything, whether it's written, verbal, video, your energy is what speaks to the person first. It's like someone can walk in a room and you know whether you want to approach them or not. It's the same through the words, it's the same through the camera. So by recognizing that your energy is low, or you're not feeling well, powering through is not going to give you the desired end result that you want. So, taking a spaciousness break and nourishing yourself so that you can check in. Am I feeling ready to do this project? If the answer remains no, find something that you can focus on that you do have the energy for. I'm going to give you another example. I had a
Yes.
client who had phenomenal skill at creating just websites and landing pages and description. It was beautiful, powerful, and she was not getting any click-throughs and could not figure it out. So it took a lot of introspection on her part and then my intuitive work. And it turned out she was pushing herself till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I got to get it done. I got to get it better. And she was exhausted through the process. And that energy was in all her promos. As soon as she started taking care of herself, now it wasn't a really short process of that, but then it was amazing at how she started getting people signing up for her events. They experienced her advertising or marketing completely differently.
I like that. And what you started off with, that you say so many would be have a task oriented, and they would power through. And when you were explaining that, Karen Renee, what came to my mind is a perfectionist key. That inner child comes up again that you're
Yeah.
playing with, and she has taken over, or he has taken over and in control. But here's a question for you, because I don't believe in, I believe that you have to just state where you are and what you feel. When it comes to task oriented perfectionist powering through, and words and the camera and everything picks up your energy and your vibe, here's the question. Sometimes contingent upon if one is not knowing or aware and in sync with that energy, is it or can it be overpowering for people? Because you're not going to be able to align with any, ever, and all anyway. So how do you decipher? How do you determine what's the best energy focus for you, that's innately connected to you, heart and soul?
Yes, that's a great question. And there are times where, because of a deadline,
Yes.
or you have to continue with the task, even if all of your energy isn't there. But in that situation, you get very calm. You may get your cup of tea, hold a different intention that, yes, I may be a little bit lower energy, but I'm going to choose to do this, which is very different than powering through. Now, when I talk about powering through, it's like, I got to get this done. I got to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Mm-hmm.
right there is your indicator that you've lost your inner flow, your inner energy. And it can be as simple as taking 3 deep breaths. When I need to do a shift, I call it a spaciousness break. I'll just go outside, look up at the sky. North Carolina sky is fabulous. Take 3 deep breaths, and come back to whatever I was working on with a fresh energy. Does that
Mm.
answer your question?
That does answer the question because, and you spoke to something else that ties in with that somewhat. And you mentioned about how you can choose and lower I think you said intention. And oftentimes, if your energy is too in a direction and you're not aligning with the people that you're working with or aligning with or connecting with, you need to take that breath, calm yourself, and get into the inner flow that aligns with theirs. I think that's what I heard. Did I
Yeah,
somewhat?
definitely.
Yeah,
Well
yeah, yeah.
said.
Because energy, a lot of people really don't have energy that speaks the way that it verbalizes or even through the body language about who and what they are. So your assignment, my assignment, everyone, if you're connecting with somebody, is to be able to see and feel where they're at and connect in that way. That's just another proportion of energy. How do you focus on positive? I think you spoke to it a wee bit, or negative energy. What really matters and how do you decipher between the two? I heard you mention inner flow. Let's talk a little wee bit more about
Yes.
that.
Well, um, it's a practice, of course, to have the intention to notice throughout the day. So, how am I feeling right now? Or even
Yeah.
asking yourself, is there something I need? It could be, I need water. I need
Mhm.
I need to eat. For me, when I start sitting too long, I start feeling more dense and stagnant. I just do a happy dance,
I like
music
that.
or not. Stand up, move, dance. It's a state change. So you can tell where you were an hour ago energetically and see, is your energy sustaining or are you draining? And if you get it quickly, you're going to find at the end of the day, you have so much more energy than when you started. And I
Let
also
me.
want, oh, go ahead.
No, no, no. You spoke to something there that I really want to address. If I can think about this for just a second.
Yeah.
How do you align what you're sharing with us with people who really are not as awake and in sync and in tune with their own energy and their own inner feelings and that inner child? How do you get them to raise that energetic vibration where it is more positive for them and the people that they're around?
Yeah, very good question. So you have to meet people where they're at.
Yes.
Speak. I will use languaging with my long-term clients that would be very different with maybe meeting someone at a gathering who's asking me and questions and doesn't have a background in energy. But
Uh-huh.
everyone really has an imprint of their highest and best energy if they just begin asking themselves the question, how am I feeling right now? A lot of people finding that answering the feeling question, especially men, that can also be challenging. But just playing with it. How am I feeling right now? I'm feeling irritated. Oh, you get curious about what you're discovering. And then you start noticing how, when you're in that space, people react to you differently. And breath is amazing. Just take a breath and drop in. Now, I use a lot of techniques that are tried and true and proven. And I would just love to have the opportunity to talk to people if they're interested at any time, because I can personalize what they need to
Yes.
specifically.
Wow. This is quite interesting, and I want to take this a wee bit further because energy, I know as well as you that it is everything, and I want to speak to that a wee bit more. But for now, I'm going to ask Kirill to put you in the green room, Karen Renee, and I'm going to speak to something and also mention the graphic that you brought us, and then we'll talk about it a wee bit later. So hold tight. I'll be back with you in just a second. This is fascinating for me. I hope it is for the audience too, because we all need to be more in sync and aware of what energy is all about, whether it's high, low, or midway, whatever. We need to know and be aware of it. I have a masterclass coming up November the 2nd. Can you believe it? And it'll be here before you. Can I believe it? It'll be here before you know it. I haven't promoted this the way that I wanted to, but there's so many things in the hopper. It's all good. If you can attend, click the link, register, and come and join me, because I'm going to be offering a lot of goodies to you. And I'm going to be sharing a lot of information that's potent and powerful and will make an imprint for you, which is what Karen Renee just spoke to. And it's all about your energy, your presence, and your persona, and what's emanating from within. So we're going to talk a lot about that in my masterclass, November the 2nd. And if you are not a member of Leading Ladies Leaving Legacies, well, you belong there. It's a fabulous group of women, and I would love it if you would come and join us, because we're all about a movement of being all that we're here to be and sharing our wisdom and our love with all of the women that we connect with. So join me there. She's going to put up Karen Renee's graphic. Enhance your energy, expand your business. It is all connected. Isn't everything? But we're going to talk about this a wee bit later. And when we do, we're going to put up a link where you can go and connect with Karen Renee, and we'll go from there. But for now, I want to go back and ask you, and I love what you said, because I hear this everywhere that I go. You meet people where they are. You meet people where they are. That has a lot of nuances involved with that. But that said, what does that really, really mean? If you meet someone with low energy and kind of, how are you meeting them? So give me a little bit more juice about what that really means, because it's a little vague for me. I
Yeah.
understand it. Meet people where they
Yeah.
are, but if their energy isn't high and yours is, you calm, where do we get the middle of the lane there? The mean.
Great question. So for me, meeting people where they are is not trying to change them. So not everyone wants what I have to offer. Not everyone wants my magic. And
Yeah.
yet I can be kind. I can just hold a space of high frequency energy and not meet them in their lower,
Yes. Yes.
and without speaking about it at all, the energy does shift. And you can I watch people just go, oh wow, I'm just feeling a little bit lighter, and I'm not trying to change them. They can be as tired, unhappy, negative as they choose, but I will not meet them there. In that I'm not going to lower to that level, not as a judgment, just because I don't want to go through life there. And yet often that is what attracts people to asking me more about, how do you stay up? How do you stay happy? And
Uh-huh.
sure, I am not that 24/7, but when I'm not, I am looking at a way to come out of it, to raise up more. And anyone who really desires to know more now, then I'll meet them where they are there. And we can, really have a lot of fun talking about all.
I love that. I love that reply, that answer, because it aligns with the way that I think as well. Because a lot of people that you meet, I do understand, and I ask that for a reason. I love your explanation. Meet people where they are. And then you mentioned one of my favorite words, magic. The magic is that you are the conduit. All you can do is be the catalyst that channels into people the information and the love that you're sharing that will enable them to get to the power and the knowing and the love within themselves. But you
Yeah.
can't do it for them. And so that change has to come from within. We always go back to that inner child, that little boy and girl running around in control, and they are. But until we recognize that, embrace that, we have a lot of issues. So that explanation about the nuances of meeting people where they are, I think that really needs to be heard. Because, and the other thing too, for me, Karen, Renee, in the beginning, when I started out playing hobby and so on and so forth, you want everybody to like and to love and to appreciate the value. Don't we all want that? It's not attainable. People can give you respect and admiration, but a lot of people, for all their varying reasons, they're not ready for your information just yet. And that was one of the hardest lessons for me to learn. Was that something that was difficult for you? Because you mentioned they're not ready for your magic. Was that something that came to you right away, or it took time?
No, it definitely took time, because when all of my really abilities began expanding before I started my own business, I was in corporate and I felt like a unicorn. It's like, no, I did not fit there, but I walked two paths for quite a while. And I realized it's okay. Not everybody wants what I have, but a lot of them do.
Dude. Yes, yes, I love that.
Roy, you attract amazing people in your community, and we need more of those places where we can just be 100% who we are. And then maybe not obviously, I meet all of my clients there looking for what their magic is.
Yes.
And how can I water and the seeds of their magic until they can see it and walk in it fully. That's my joy. That's when I'm fulfilled.
That was so beautifully expressed. And again, when I said at the beginning of our meeting here that I was in my wheelhouse, I meant that, because you used another word that I like. I'm preparing to do a talk on transformation and leadership. And I'm bringing in the snake, the dragon, and the unicorns. And the unicorns is something that, it's mythical and magical in a way. And then we have the scorpion, the eagle, and the phoenix. And we all, if we want to rise to the highest vibration, this is Earth School, at least that's my belief. Yeah. You have to be aware and awake enough to get to know that inner child and love her and embrace her, because she was there or he was there for a reason. So I love that. How did you come up with the unicorn, though? That's one of my favorites.
Well, it became a totem of mine many, many years ago. And it was playful and mythical. And, in my family, I actually felt like I was looked at as if I had three heads. So I turned it into the unicorn, because it was much more attractive than three-headed Karen Renee.
Oh, Karen Renee, we love these personal stories. I love that. I love that. Because I mentioned to someone the other day in some meeting that I was in that as a young girl, they used to say, Joy, stop. My mother used to always say, stop talking. You talk too much. But I listen as much as I talk. I'm a good listener as well. Not bragging, but just saying. But you mentioned two paths, the change and the way that one can go. And I know that there are many, many examples. But what do you think is or can be the trigger for most people to segue and do that pivot, make that change, to go on a path that's more profitable and successful for them? What has been your take so far? I know it's different for every human being, but there's an underlying core of what it might be, what would that be?
So just to be sure I understand the question correctly, it's
Yes,
what is underneath making that turn into really being fully who you are in your business and going for it?
exactly. For the majority of people.
Yes, I believe there's a decision point. There's a pivot. Oh, I don't like the word pivot. There's a decision point where they are so tired of holding themselves back, of playing small when they are not at all, and
Yes,
are willing to be uncomfortable for as long as it takes to show up fully for themselves and their business. And then there's also a major component that knowing that your magic, your service, especially at this time in the evolution of the world, is necessary and that people need you. That is universally with my clients. They're just saying, I am so tired of doing something that I don't resonate with before. Do I have a moment for an example?
yes, yes, you do have. You have a minute or two. Yes.
Yes. I have worked for many years with a woman who is a attorney in a family law practice,
Uh-huh.
and the litigation aspect of it fit her beautifully for many years. And then she started doing her inner work and realized she could not be in litigation anymore. And together, over a year period, she created a compassionate divorce model that has no judges, no courtrooms. It is beautiful. And this woman grew into that and is absolutely thriving. And so are the people who are using
Wow.
the service.
Boy, that's a great ending story, Karen Renee. I tell you for so many different reasons. And thank you for addressing that because that wasn't part of, but it goes back to that thing we talked about and started off with. And I agree with you. I'm not crazy about the word pivot either, but that decision to change is not always about willpower. And you said the person they get so tired and they're just ready to make a change. But something has to stimulate that. Something has to inside or outside erupt and boom, they're just ready. And when that happens, they can do what the lady that you just mentioned, the attorney, stayed in her lane, but segued off into a different direction for something that
Yeah.
she saw and felt was very, very needed. And, I think there are many of us, you, myself included, that at an early age, you might have like, I have every learning disability you can name, but I knew that there was something special within joy. I knew it, but I just didn't know how to access it. And that happens all the time. I love that. I love that. Listen, the time flies here. I don't know where it goes. I say it every week. I am repetitive. But tell us a little bit about your graphic that you brought to us. Caril is going to put it up, and then you can talk a little bit about it. She'll take it down, and she's going to put the link there. And tell us what you're offering to people.
Okay, great. So energy is number one foundation for growing your business. Everything is connected. You are the commodity of your business. You are the commodity of your life. And when you take care of that, everything goes into more flow. So I'm offering a 30-minute strategy session with me where in 30 minutes, I can look at what is the main piece that is holding you back and come up with tips and tools and energy activations that we can shift you right then. Whether you continue working with me or not, I am of service in that 30 minutes, 100%. And I know you will have high value and benefit.
Karen Renee Hall-Self, thank you, thank you, thank you. You have been a guiding light. This is my first year anniversary here, and I am loving every moment of being here in this fabulous group and team of people that I'm with. And I'm honored that you would be the first person in starting the new segment in this new year on my anniversary. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love to you. Carilla's going to put you in the green room. And then I don't know what they have planned. They have something planned. I'm totally in the dark, but I like being in the dark sometimes. So we'll go from there. Shall I say, oh, there's Blanca.
Hello. Happy
hello.
anniversary.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Has it been a year already? It has been a whole year already. Yes. I'm happy to be here with you. And it's been a pleasure to share time and space. Between you and Kirill, you have nurtured and taken such good care of me. And I think both of you understand the situation that I'm in. I just shared it somewhat with Karen Renee, but I am grateful for the love and the support that has been given to me here. And I'm really wanting to really rock this out and get a sponsor, do all the good things to this 2024. But thank you for coming aboard here. I know how active you are.
Listen, it's my pleasure to be here. Congratulations on celebrating 1 year with the Laws of Life television network, on having and producing your incredible show, Leading Ladies, Legacies, and now starting a second year with the Laws of Life television network. And just so everybody knows, this incredible show streams to all of the Joy Ruffin channels. It streams to the Laws of Life social media channels. It streams to the Laws of Life Roku channel, and it streams to 137 places throughout the world, including Spotify, Apple. So it's incredible. I mean, it's a huge achievement to produce a show for 1 year and show up every single week, highlighting your guests and sharing your message.
I've loved every moment of it. I've met so many fabulous women. Yes, it's really another segment of what I love to do. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so happy that we aligned, and going out over the 137 platforms, it helps me to bring all of the beautiful souls here to put them on. So it works, and it works well. Thank you. Hi, Mark Siegel. He said hello, hello, hello. Mark Siegel cracks me up all the time. I love seeing him in here everywhere. But Karen Renee, you might not know.
He do a great job hosting.
What was that? Here. Oh, Karen Renee.
I said, didn't Mark do a great job hosting the summit yesterday?
He did. I think Mark Siegel does a great job at whatever he does. You should say hello to Karen Renee. This is Blanca. Blanca is a lawyer and so much more. She's a connector. But I wanted to tell you, along with Kirill, about what she offers in the Laws of Life. But Blanca, you can tell her, because she just ended with a fabulous story about a lawyer. So tell her the story.
Absolutely. Well, it's a pleasure and honor to meet you, and I loved your interview. And fundamentally, Laws of Life is a platform. We host, we have a networking piece. We have a summit every Tuesday at 11 a.m. where entrepreneurs from around the world connect. So we'll invite you to that. We also do a mixer in Florida once a month. There's a mix Thursday night at La Mexicana. Also a media company, so we provide webcast production services such as Joy Ruffin's show. We also provide social media, website design, landing page design, and any type of marketing strategy to help a brand create an actual digital identity.
Beautiful. Wow, that's compelling.
It is compelling. And you know what, Karen Renee, I've met a lot of people as you have, and Blanca is all heart and soul. Her integrity and her love and her appreciation for all the people that she connects with. I'm sick of the word like you are with Pivot, but I came to head authentic. She's a real deal. So any and every way that you can get there, and on a Tuesday, do go there, because it'll be worth. I wish I could go more often, but there's too much on my plate. But in time, I will. I know that. So it's good. Yay.
Well, Joy, we have a little surprise for you. So this is our 1 year anniversary present to you, and Karen can enjoy visual art created by Laws of Life. So let's cue the gift.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Woo. We like surprises. Oh my goodness, that was so sweet. Right up my alley. You know, we like sparkle and glow and shine and all of that stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, indeedy. Oh my
Welcome.
goodness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was very touching. I appreciate that. Okay. Woo! And we'll go back to Joy to do some extras. Okay, you can Joy, you can do the outro now. Okay. Oh, I love newness and change. Well, I'm never speechless. Seldom, I should say. But it's been a pleasure to be here and spend time and space with you. This 1 year anniversary has been a pleasure and a joy to be with two fabulous people and in all the leading ladies that I bring here every week on a Wednesday. I can only say to you, come and tune in whenever you can, live or the replay. We welcome your company. And it has been my pleasure to be with you this year. And I look forward to many, many more, starting here and now, going into 2024. So be well and take care of you, as Karen Renee shared with us tonight, so that you can look after all of the other people who need you. They need your wisdom, they need your love, and they need to know that you care about them, which is what Blanca and Karen Renee and Kirill and myself, that's what we're all about. So be and stay well. I send you much, much love every time we come together. Take it in, embrace it. It's authentic, it's real, it's true. Much love. All the best. Cheers.
Bye.